great day to be in life now. This is your host, Coach TMB, and I am so excited that you have tuned in to today's broadcast. We have in the studio with us the co-owner of Malamiah Juice Bar, Mr. Jermale Eddie. And for all of you who are checking out this show right now and you've been hearing all the buzz in the media and in the newspapers about this awesome juice bar, I want you to pull up your seats because you are going to learn so much as we listen to Jermale teach us about eating and drinking healthily. So let's welcome Jermale into the show. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you know what? I'm excited. I'm already ready to just down this right now. Yes. So listen, Jermale, you and your wife founded this business together, and I'm quite sure it's been an adventure in a good way.
For sure.
But before we just dive off into this and we allow you time to just really educate us on drinking and eating healthily, could you just take this moment to introduce yourself to everybody and just tell us a little bit about who you are?
Yeah. Well, as you said, I'm Jermale Eddie. My wife and I, we co-founded Malamiah Juice Bar. We have 3 handsome boys, 3 sons. One is 4 months old, and so we're trying to sleep in between everything else. And we just felt like we wanted to give something to the community. Okay. And so for us, it's never been about the money, never been about the dollar, but it's been about how can we walk alongside of the community in a healthy way. And so we came up with Malamiah Juice Bar.
I think that already you've said something that is so powerful. You did not start off doing this for the money. I just want you, there's something in you already that can really help somebody who's listening to you speak. When it comes to pursuing your dreams and starting businesses and things of that nature, what's the importance of not so much focusing on the money, but focusing on the why of what you're doing?
Well, for us, I was interested in higher education, and I was like, I'm going to be a dean of a college somewhere, VP. My wife's school social worker, and then we felt like after watching a documentary, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead.
I saw that.
That will change your life. That'll get you right.
Yes.
After watching that, we started juicing at home, and then we just kind of felt like God was saying, start a juice bar. We didn't know what that was. We didn't have any money. But the thing is, we weren't in it for the money anyway, because it was a vision from him, from God, and so all things started falling in place. So we said, God, if you open the doors, if you begin to open the doors, we'll walk through them. And when you close them, we'll stop. And the doors have been open ever since we said that. And so collectively, we've been able to be on this journey together and then bring the community alongside of us in this whole thing. Wow.
Now, you said prior that you didn't know anything about a juice bar or probably juicing, you know, prior to even looking at the documentary.
Yeah.
Because even for me and my transition to becoming a plant-based eater, that was one of the movies that I looked at as well in my process of change. But starting this juice bar, how did you go about coming up with the concept, if that makes sense?
Yeah, well, it was doing a little bit of research. I mean, I knew enough to say I can't just jump out there. I got to look and see what's going on, see what the whole juice bar thing is. And we started looking and listening to Michelle Obama. She was on the kick of, you know, let's move and promoting things and promoting the garden of the White House. We started seeing things in Ebony magazine of juicing, and we started looking at more documentaries. And then I remember my mother who was a nurse for 23 years. She would have her hands and her hands and her ankles and feet would swell up when we go on long trips. And she was a nurse, so she could have got medication, but she didn't do that. She had us juice pineapple and to juice it with the skin on, and immediately the swelling would go down. You almost see it go down. And so it kind of took me back to that. And so then I started talking to other people, and it's like, oh, you know, we've been doing this for generations. And so it's nothing new. It's not a new concept. But after doing the research, we started looking around our city and seeing where the resources were to get started. So we went to the public library. That was really where I got my start at the public library, helping with doing more research and more market-based research. We went to the Small Business Development Center at Grand Valley, talked to a few folk in the community. I always give a shout out to my friend, mentor Joe Jones. He was the first person, him and Jesse were the first people we talked to with this concept. I mean, we had a laptop that the back didn't stand up, it would fall over, and we had to prop it up on, on some phone books, and we showed them the video, and they said, you have something here. You have something. And so that was the encouragement that we needed. And that's all we needed. We need to start with some encouragement. We had each other, but we needed someone else to kind of encourage us along the way when we got, you know, down and out on certain processes and things like that. And then, of course, you know, there's the funding piece. And so we were able to navigate some things in the city to help us get to where we are today. And I say it that way because we didn't do none of this on our own. It wasn't by our own might or will that we've gotten as far as we have. We had to have had help. And if we're all honest with ourselves, everybody's had help. I don't care who you are or what, if your name was on a building, you had help. Somebody had help somewhere. And so we recognize that. And we want to pay homage to those who, you know, blaze the trail before us.
Now, you're doing something different because and you correct me if I'm wrong because this is your industry, but I hadn't seen a juice bar of this magnitude until you all put one here in the city. And so I think what you just shared is so important, you know, having people in your circle, if you will, that will support the vision, will support you in stepping out and doing something different that you don't see anybody else doing. Was that a scary thing to do?
I think it was. It was just risky. And so my wife, I joke, because I think for her in the business sense, you know, it's easy to know when you have that check coming on that Friday, you know how much it's going to be, you know when it's going to come, you know the taxes that's going to come out, you know everything. But when you're a business owner, when you're an entrepreneur stepping out in faith, you don't know that. And for her, I always joke to say that she would prefer us to get the checks and make the money first and then open the business. But it doesn't work that way. And so with her sense of systems and organization, and then my ability to step out and to have a little bit of creativity, I think we worked well together. And so it was a little bit of nerve-wracking just in terms of what if this doesn't work? But you know what, if this doesn't work, what do? We go get a job. We go work. We know how to work. So the worst thing that can happen is Jermale goes to get a job. Period. So we can, you know, we can do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
And so we just kept it moving. And you know, it's always good to have folk in your corner to help navigate some of the systems that you don't understand, because we didn't go to school for this. But yet we're learning kind of on the job, so to speak.
Wow. You know what? I feel something happening right now. And so I want you to just take a moment to help somebody who's watching you speak right now. They've been sitting on a dream of opening up, fill in the blank. And, you know, they keep having they keep coming up with all of these reasons or excuses as to why they shouldn't. So I want you to take a moment and just speak to that man or that woman that's listening to you now.
Well, I would just say you got to get out there and do it. You can spend so much time planning and preparing and never do anything. Because personally, I get tired of hearing someone 10 years later say, you know what, I'm going to start one day. Well, one day done passed already. And what may happen is someone comes up with that same concept, opens up, and then you get mad because they did it. And you're not getting any benefit from it. And so someone told me, they said, just step out, just do it. If you got to start your smoothie shop with a juicer and a table at the park, just go ahead and do it. And so we did that. But we actually just opened up the whole store.
Open up the whole store.
A little bit different. We didn't have a little table. We just went on ahead and did it. And that's all it was. Just get out there and do it. What's the worst that can happen?
You can become a success at it.
Yeah.
How about that? You'll never know. And I'm so glad that you went there, because even for me, you know, I come across so many people that talk about, you know, they want to do this, or they've always seen themselves doing that. And here it is 5-10 years later, and they're still talking about it. Well, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Because you're right. If you keep sitting on that thing, somebody else is going to get that, catch the vision. And like you say, you're going to look up and you're going to look in the magazine, or you're going to read in the newspaper, somebody done opened up your business.
Yeah, this happened. That's happened in our own city, where someone had an idea and then someone scooped in a little bit quicker and started, and they're doing big things with it.
Wow.
That's happened.
That is amazing. So how long has Malamiah been around now?
It's been almost 3 years.
3 years.
Yes, almost 3 years in the downtown market.
Wow. You would think that you've been around for about 10, 15.
It feels like it. It feels that way, and yet it still feels like a startup, because I'm still doing the hard work.
So listen, you have some juices here on the table, and you're going to share with us later on in the show. You're going to take us from start to finish on something. But talk about what you have here on the table with us.
Yep, so what I brought here is the Rise and Shine juice.
Okay.
This is orange, apple, carrot, and ginger. good for immune booster, good for energy, and it tastes good. This is one of our sweeter juices, and people are always shocked that it does not have any additional sugar in it. So this is where kids love this, and if you're a beginner when it comes to juicing, this is it right here.
That's it right there. Okay. And what is this one
And
here?
this juice, this one is what got us started.
Okay.
This is our Southern Greens
right here.
Yes, we call it the Southern Greens.
Okay.
Because it has kale, it has collards in there, so collard greens in there, kale, lemon, has ginger, apple, and cucumber, and celery, all in that. And so all of our juices, this is 16 ounce. These bottles have at least 2 pounds of produce in them. And so, for me, I may not sit down and just eat 2 pounds of produce, but I will suck it down with the quickness with this. Tell you another thing about this juice. My buddy, who I used to work with, he did juicing for 60 days. And for him, he said, I want to lose this weight. I don't want to be playing with my kid and just pass out. And so he's like, what can I do? And so I challenged him on juicing. And he figured, hey, if it didn't work, it'd be in the closet with the DVDs and the ab lounge. You remember all those equipments and things. And so he tried it, and he lost some weight, and he felt great. And so then along the way, he got some compliments from his wife. That helps us out sometimes. We get a few compliments. And he went 60 days. He lost 55 pounds.
In 60 days?
In 60 days. 55 pounds gone. And he was able to get off his high cholesterol medication. That's a lifetime sentence right there. He was able to get off of that. And here's another thing that was kind of a side effect of that, or byproduct of that, was that his son loves juicing. And so if he's in the kitchen with some produce, even if he's not going to juice, he just came from the grocery store, his son gets his chair and an apron and puts it up to the counter because he thinks they're about to get down with the juice.
Wow. You know, what you just shared is so amazing, and I personally can attest to different things in my body healing and just transformation from, taking in a lot of plant-based or having a plant-based diet. So what are some of you have a lot of people who come in and do business with you, and some are coming in sick, I'm sure, and maybe some just want to, stay on the path to remaining healthy. But what are some of the testimonies that you're hearing from people who are coming in and, experiencing your juices?
Well, one, you heard I mentioned Rick, and that was before we launched. And so we were working together. So
he was the test baby.
Yes. Both him and I did for 14 days, and he was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. If I'm going to buy the juicer, I'm going to go ahead and do it. It ain't going to be no one-day thing. And so both of us felt those benefits, more energy, more clarity, as well as the weight loss. Now, another thing that people are saying is we have one juice called the in-laws. What do you think that's good for?
Family issues?
For headaches.
Oh,
Come on now. The family issues cause you headaches.
Okay,
and so
talk
the
about
in-laws.
it.
And so with that one, I've had people come down there with the headache and drink that, and it's gone like that. I've had folk come down and tell us how they felt sick and they've had colds, and we give them some wheatgrass juice and one of our booster shots that I'll make later, and it was gone. The cold was gone, the congestion was gone. And so we're hearing these things, and we're hearing people say that they were sick and now they feel better, or just various things that they had going on within their health, and because they switched from what they were taking in and feeding their body to something more like fuel, that they were able to go farther and go faster and feel a whole lot better. And then their family members would also testify that so-and-so has a better attitude, so-and-so looks better, so-and-so has more energy to go do things. They're not just sitting down on the couch and sitting at home, but they're actually getting up and moving. And so we're hearing so many different things when it comes to those who are interested in juice, and we also do smoothies. And so the same thing with the smoothies, with the green smoothies, all the energy that can be packed in one little cup is like ridiculous.
Wow. So listen, family, Jermale is getting ready to take us over to the table with the juicer, and he's going to take you from step 1 to step number 3, 4, or 5, but he's going to show you how you can do juicing at home. So hold on, we'll be right back. So Jermale, you have some delicious ingredients here on the table. I'm ready to just chow down already. Why don't you talk to us about what you have and talk about what you're going to make for us today.
So what we have is fresh. We got fresh pineapple. We got fresh bananas here, mango, and then we have Swiss chard. A lot of people don't really see Swiss chard a lot. And so the first thing I want to talk about is making a green smoothie.
A green smoothie.
And so a green smoothie, you do one green smoothie a day, you'll feel a difference. If you do multiple, you really feel the difference. And so this is what we call the tropical greens at Malamiah Juice Bar. And it's a good introduction to a green smoothie. And so, you know, we're going to just toss a whole leaf in. One whole leaf there into this thing. And then we got the mango that we already cut up here.
Mango.
Yep, got mango in there. And pineapple. Pineapple is really, really good. It helps with inflammation. And then when we do the banana, the cool thing about a banana is that you can do a 90-minute workout just by eating 2 bananas.
Yes. Talk about that.
2 bananas.
There's what is it? The potassium?
The potassium that's in there. I mean, it's just, it's great. And, you know, all this stuff is right here with us. And so we're going to add some ice. We're going to add coconut milk. This is non-dairy. This is vegan. This is gluten-free.
Okay.
And so we add that in there, and so you see it's kind of layered up pretty nice. You got your leafy green, you got your pineapple, your mango. That's a little bit of sweetness. The banana gives it some creaminess, and then the ice will make it cold. And so what we do is we just put that right over here in this blender.
Okay. Now, when people detox, this is like one of the things they start off on, right? Or can? They
can, yeah, because it's more attainable to have a blender than it is a juicer.
Okay.
And so you're going to have that at home more.
Okay. Ooh-wee, this is going to be good, good, good.
And so I'm going to stop it just a little bit earlier than I normally would because it's already blended up nice and smooth.
Ooh, look at that.
And so I'll pour this and let you try this one here again. This is the tropical greens.
Okay.
This is a great starter smoothie there.
Okay.
That we have down at the shop.
All right.
And so again, this one right here, this will get you through your day. This will get you some energy. This will fill you up as well.
This is so good.
And the reason why it also fills you up, not only because of the banana and stuff that's in there, but you're getting air whipped around in there. And it's kind of like a false sense of fullness, so you don't overeat. And so you can go through, you can have your breakfast and you get going and you think you need what you used to have, but this can sustain you.
Yes, yes. That's because all of the fruits and vegetables are fibrous foods, right?
Yep, you have all the fiber in there. You get protein. You know, you're doing some kale. People are like, how do you get your protein? How do you get your protein? Kale has tons of protein.
Yes, come on, talk.
And you can add chia seeds, you can add flax seeds in there, you can add bee pollen. Bee pollen is a protein as well. And so there are so many different things you can add in order to get some of these things that we may take supplements for, or we need meat to do that. You don't necessarily need that. That's more of a mental thing. So you can get same nutrition, but better by going fresh.
Yes, yes.
And let me tell you, again, remember I mentioned to you about the pineapple with the skin on?
Yes.
So when we're juicing the pineapple, we take the top off, but then we just slice it up. Wash it and slice it.
Wow.
And so that's how we do that. But let's move over here to this next thing. This is one of our juicers down there. This is the Omega. And so what we're going to make here is what I would consider like a home remedy. You know, back in the day, folk wouldn't go to the pharmacy. They would just make some things in their home. And so this is what I'm going to do. So I have ginger right here. This is whole ginger. And so you can put whatever however much you can take in there. And so I'm going to kind of layer it up. So we're going to put it right there. And you see it gets crushed there. And then I'm going to grab this lemon. And we're just going to start slicing this lemon. And this will go in there and create a little bit more juice.
And you put that lemon in with the seeds too?
With the seeds, we put it all in there. And now you see it coming right out the front there. And it goes down in there. We don't want to forget our garlic. This is what we call a booster shot.
A booster shot.
Yes. You will not need to go to the doctor and get rid of that cold. This does it for you. This booster shot will take it out, and yeah, it'll do what you need it to do. Because you can also do things even at home, such as you can put honey and apple cider vinegar together in a little cinnamon. Shake it up in a jar, and it will stop a cough for about 2 hours. It'll stop a cough for about 2 hours.
I needed that a couple of weeks
and you didn't
ago.
You didn't spend any money really, you know, if you had some of these things at home.
Wow.
Oftentimes we'll have a lemon and it might go bad before we use it. The garlic, you know, you get you a big old thing of garlic. You can do all of that.
Wow.
Yep.
I think that's so amazing that a lot of the things that our body needs and craves is found.
Are right there in nature, you know. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn this off here and go ahead and grab this And what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper also helps the body heat up. And so when you have a fever, your body's getting hot because it's fighting off infection. And this kind of does the same. And so you just need a little pinch in there.
A little pinch of cayenne pepper.
Cayenne, that's a measurement, a pinch. Okay. And then
taught by grandma.
Yeah. And then you want a little hint of this.
Okay.
This is honey. And so I use a raw honey.
Okay.
And so you get that together, and what happens is, and so you just mix that up, and what happens is it just sweetens it up a little bit. And honey, again, it'll help with that cough, and then it coats the throat as well. And so with this, what we do with this is we pour that right over here.
Wow.
And then it all comes in there together, and I'm gonna let you try that as well. And so this is a booster shot: lemon, ginger, honey, garlic, and cayenne. And then you can chase that with that orange slice right there. And again, that will take congestion out. If you have congestion in your nose, if you got congestion in your chest, it takes it right out of there.
Ooh, I feel that.
And so, if you like it a little bit more heat, you can add a little bit more heat to it. If you want to decrease it, or if you want to add something else to it, like many don't know that strawberries have more vitamin C than oranges.
Wait a minute, say that again.
Strawberries have more vitamin C than oranges.
Than oranges, okay.
And so you can even, throw a strawberry right in there. It'll change the color, look really cool. But it'll also have that strawberry taste, and you'll get that vitamin C.
Ooh, it's like I can feel something working already. I'm gonna take one more.
One more sip. Yes. And so again, apple cider vinegar at home. You mix that with some things you can do well. I do that with my kids. I'll do an apple cider vinegar, honey, a little bit of lemon juice, and sometimes I'll do the cinnamon and put it in a mason jar, and I'll give them a tablespoon of that in the morning, a tablespoon of that at night. And that helps keep that cough down.
Oh my goodness. What are some of the, if I can ask you like this, what are some of the top sellers at the bar?
Well, our combo booster shot, that's what I made here. That's one of the top sellers.
Okay.
Wheatgrass. Wheatgrass is 1 ounce is equivalent to 2 pounds of a fresh leafy green. And it's like my wife would say, you're eating the sun. It's liquid sunshine because of the chlorophyll in there. And that's a big seller. We're going through that like crazy down there. Our family reunion smoothie is strawberry, banana, raspberry. That's our top selling smoothie right there.
Wow.
Bar none, that sells the most. And then the juices that I showed earlier, the Southern Greens and the Rise and Shine on the juice side. So we got something for everybody. We also make our own almond milk. I bet you didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't.
So that comes with our cleanse. If you're going to do one of our cleanse packages, a detox package, it comes with a shot, and it also comes with almond milk. And every now and then we'll make it on Sunday, and whatever we make, we sell that, and we don't make any more until the next week. And so it might be 5 bottles, it might be 10 bottles, and it always goes off the shelf. And then the other thing that we do is we make our own peanut butter and our own almond butters.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so we try to give everybody a little something. We can't keep the almond butter on the shelf.
Now that says a lot. If he can't keep that almond butter on the shelf, that means you all need to get over to Malamiah Juice Bar.
Yeah.
You really do. So outside of doing the juicing and servicing with all the shots and things of that nature, do you all hold any classes or do seminars?
We do. Every now and then we'll do some in the market. At the downtown market we're located at, 435 Ionia. And we'll do classes there. We'll do demos from time to time, especially in the summer outside. Chefs at the market, we'll do that. But also folk can go on our website, malamiahjuicebar.com, and they can request for us to come to their church, to their organization, to their job, and do a demo there. We also offer catering, and we can customize things as well.
Wow. Now, what has been the response when you get in front of an audience of people who are not familiar with this at all, and you give them a little taste of something? What is the response? What are they saying?
It's all over the place. I do feel like the people who are like, I won't drink that looks green. It looks too green. It looks too healthy. I won't do that. And they get a taste, and they're like, oh, that's pretty good. Some would say that our Southern Greens juice tastes like lemonade with an extra piece of kale in it. And so what it is, we have to retrain our body.
Yes.
And so we're so used to sugar. I grew up with the sugar. I grew up putting sugar on the cornflakes.
Come on.
I grew up with the sugar, the butter, and the rice for breakfast. And so I sugar everything. And so again, for me, I have to retrain my taste buds as well from that craving, from that addiction of sugar. And I won't say that I'm totally delivered, but I'm a lot better than I used to be when it comes to that. I can say no to a whole lot of things. And so we have folk that come down and it's like, oh, you know, with the shot, that was great. That was perfect. Tastes like a spicy lemonade. We have folk that come down and they love beets, but they never had a juice. And they'll take our heartbeat juice.
Heartbeat juice.
Named after the 5 heartbeats. We just took the 5 off of it. And they'll have that. It's beets, strawberry, carrot, apple, and ginger. And it's sweet, but it still has an earthy flavor to it. And they have a lot of antioxidants in that beet.
Wow.
And so, again, the responses is all over. And check this out. There was a kid who was 4 years old. He used to come to the juice bar, and his mom would order him this.
This right here.
And he would sit there and drink it all with the cayenne pepper.
Wow. Wow. What was it doing for him?
I think he just personally just liked it,
That
liked
was
the
his
flavor.
favorite.
But
Okay.
again, with all that nutrition in there, though, it was doing a lot more than what he
Yeah,
thought.
he was getting a lot of natural.
And again,
goodness.
he could have asked for anything. He could have asked for a cherry Coke. He could have, you know,
Talk
ice
about
cream,
that,
anything.
yes.
But he wanted this.
He wanted
You know,
this
even
right
my
here.
son, my oldest son Malachi, will say, "This is too sweet. That's too sweet." What kid says a juice is too sweet? And then he'll compare things, colors to fruit. Like, oh, this looks like a beet. You know, this purple, that's similar to a beet, or that's similar to an orange. And so we're trying to also train our kids based on how we do things so that they can kind of follow in those footsteps. And they've been doing that.
I think that's important. How does that make you feel to know that you're making such an impact, you know, on your boys?
Yeah, it makes me feel great because I try to do that as much as I can. I want to be present. We want to be present parents. We don't want our kids to feel like they are children of business owners. We want to focus on
that's
creating
good.
memories and having a good time and going out. And every now and then, mom or dad has to step out and do something with the business. But usually we bring them with us. And so they're sitting there with the accountant. Matter of fact, both of them will sit at home.
Learning about the money side.
For sure. And they'll both sit at home and they're playing juice bar. They're playing restaurant.
How precious.
Asking, you know, taking, you know, fake money and things like
Yeah.
that. And so we're also instilling in them a sense of pride and a sense of entrepreneurship, as well as how money works. You know, you always hear, don't grow on trees. Well, they know that. They know that you have to work hard in order to receive that.
You have to work hard in order to receive that. Well, listen, Jermale, this has been an absolute treat for you to come on the show today and take some time out of your busy schedule and come and talk to us about learning how to eat healthier, and then even taking it a step further, showing us how to put some of this stuff together.
Yeah, it's easy. And folk can come down to the juice bar.
Where are you located?
And we can stop. We're inside the downtown market at
Look in that
435.
camera and tell them where to go.
Yeah, we're in downtown market, 435 Ionia Avenue, Southwest, brand new market. Lots of great things in there, but we're in there. You come in, you see us, we will talk to you, we will let you know what you need to get your day started, what you need to get that energy, and what you need to meet the goals that you have for yourself, for your body. This is a mind, body, and soul type thing, so come check us out.
Mind, body, and soul. Thank you so much for being a
Thank
guest
you.
on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, family, that's it. There's nothing else left to say. Thank you so much for tuning in to another awesome episode of In Life Now TV. And remember, as Coach TMB always says, to live your best life in life now. Until next time, peace.